Welcome back to our Women in Leadership series, proudly brought to you by Dove and Cub. I'm your host, Jen Halverson, and today Kelly Trauger, formerly Blankenship, is here with us. Some of you may know her from her hockey days at the University of Minnesota, where she was a regular offensive weapon for the Golden Gophers women's hockey team. And currently she is a clinical assistant professor in the division of periodontology. Did I say that correctly? Periodontology and the Department of Developmental and Surgical Sciences, working with dental students at the University of Minnesota. Thanks for joining us today, Kelly. We're so happy to have you.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here and to share my leadership journey with you.
Knowing how your mentors helped you, have you had an opportunity to be a mentor to student athletes or students, that young professionals that you've been, in that leadership role for?
I reached out and I got connected with Peyton and Anissa, and they're with the Women Invested in Leadership and Learning program at the U. And they both were like, we need mentors. Are you interested? And I said, yes, absolutely. Sign me up. I'll be at the next meeting. So when I started to go to those meetings, I was blown away with the amount of other student athlete mentors that came back. And then just the professional business women, that came in different industries to mentor the student athletes. And it was really incredible to see. It's really hard to kind of create a new identity for yourself once you're done with your sport. And going into the workforce, it took me about 10 years to really create a new identity for myself. And then when I was in the process of going back to school to get my master's, that's another new identity as a professor I needed to create for myself. And it's constantly changing. And I think, just reaching out to people and, even practicing in really small interactions that you have with people, practicing saying who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. Then you start to believe in yourself, and you start to believe in other people that, oh, this is actually, this is my new identity. This is what I'm doing. And now I understand it from that new perspective.
Now that you're a professor at your alma mater, what has been the biggest reward working and developing the next generation of oral health care professionals?
The learning is like a give and take process, not always having the answers, and sometimes saying, you know what, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out for you. And then coming back to that student later. Or turning it back on the student and saying, well, what do you think? Because a lot of students know a lot more than they think they know. So, having them kind of come to their own conclusions about certain situations is really, it's fun, it's empowering, and it continues to motivate me. And it drives me to want to do more research and to want to continue to master the craft, of dentistry and coaching or whatever it is I'm doing.
Great. Well, thank you, Kelly. It was amazing getting to speak with you today and learn about your career path and your experiences.
Thank you so much. This was incredible, and I hope to stay connected with everyone.
And thank you to Dove and Cub for their support of the Women in Leadership series.